2020, and welcome to full presidential coverage of election night in America between former Vice President Joe Biden and incumbent Republican President Donald Trump. We will be taking a look at the pathways to victory for this election and take a look at who will become the next president of the United States. It is 7 p.m. on the East Coast, and we currently have poll closing in 6 states: Vermont, Virginia, Georgia, Kentucky, Indiana, and South Carolina, which all total up to 60 electoral votes. And out of the state of Vermont, we can project Joe Biden will be the projected winner with 3 electoral votes now in the Biden column. And out of the state of Kentucky, we can project President Donald Trump will carry this state, winning the state's 8 electoral votes. Out of the state of Indiana, we can project Donald Trump will be the winner of the state's 11 electoral votes at this hour. And out of the key state of South Carolina, the state was expected to be a lot closer. However, with some of the results we already have, we have enough information to call the state for the President Donald Trump. Out of the state of Virginia, we have a key race alert with 13 electoral votes at stake. Donald Trump has an early lead, however, 2% is what we have reporting. It is 7 p.m. There is still a lot of time to cast a lot of ballots, and things can definitely change as we move on through the election. Going on to the next state, which is the state of Georgia, we have a key race alert, 60% reporting, 60% for the president, 37.8% for Biden, 5% reporting. Again, a lot of outstanding votes. We still cannot make a call for this race. The current electoral map at 7:01 p.m. has President Donald Trump ahead in an early electoral count, 28 electoral votes compared to Biden's 3, an additional 29 electoral votes in states that Trump is leading. Going on to 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have currently poll closings in 3 states: Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina, totaling up to 38 electoral votes. Out of the state of West Virginia, we can expect President Donald Trump will be the winner of the state's 5 electoral votes. Out of the state of Ohio, we have a key race alert with 18 electoral votes at stake, 5% reporting the president currently with a somewhat large lead. Out of the state of North Carolina, 4% reporting with 15 electoral votes at stake. Again, almost a 10-point lead for the president in the state. Out of the state of Virginia, very crucial state, Joe Biden has now taken the lead with 10% reporting, 13 electoral votes at stake. Now taking a look at the state of Georgia, again, another crucial race for this election, 16 electoral votes. We could currently have a key race alert with the president still in the lead, however, it has narrowed down a lot, 12% reporting. At 7:31 p.m. on the East Coast, our current electoral map looks like 3 electoral votes for former Vice President Biden to 33 for President Donald Trump, 13 electoral votes in states that former Vice President Biden is the leader, 49 electoral votes in states that Trump is the leader, with Trump holding a lead in the electoral count. It is now 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have poll closings in 16 states, plus the District of Columbia, and these 16 states are Maine, Illinois, Tennessee, Alabama, Delaware, Mississippi, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Maryland, Rhode Island, Florida, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma, New Jersey, Missouri, Connecticut, and the District of Columbia. Out of Maine's at-large district, we project 2 electoral votes will go to Joe Biden. At this time, he's going to win the popular race out of the whole state of Maine. And out of Maine's 1st congressional district, this is the urban district of the state, we project Joe Biden will be the victor there. Out of the state of Illinois, solid blue state, we project 20 electoral votes will go to the former vice president. Out of the state of Delaware, his home state, we project 3 electoral votes will now go to former Vice President Biden. Out of the state of Massachusetts, 11 electoral votes we project at this time will go to the former Vice President. We have a pretty big lead there. Going on to the crucial state of Maryland, we project the former Vice President Biden will be the winner in the state. Going on to the state of Rhode Island, we project 4 electoral votes will now go to the Biden column. Similar in the state of New Jersey, 14 electoral votes going into the Biden column. Out of the state of Connecticut, we project Biden will be the projected winner with 7 electoral votes now in his column. And out of the District of Columbia, we project 3 electoral votes will go to the former vice president. And out of the state of Virginia, we have a very, very big race here just called. We can project the former vice president will be the winner of the state's 13 electoral votes. Out of the state of Tennessee, we can project former president or incumbent President Trump. He will go on to win the race in the state of Tennessee, winning 11 electoral votes. Out of the state of Alabama, we project 9 electoral votes will go to the incumbent president. In the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes. We can project again solid red state going to President Donald Trump. Out of the state of Oklahoma, very solid red state. We can project going to the president. Out of the state of Missouri, the state was supposed to be a lot closer. However, we had enough information from the political talk decision desk to make this call at this time. It is, and out of the state of Georgia, we have a very, very key race. We can project electoral votes. 16 will now go to the president. We can project the state of Georgia. This is a very big call. It's a very big sign for the Trump campaign. Very positive one at that, showing that he might have a chance at the presidency if we're seeing very strong numbers coming from the state this early on with a lot of precincts reporting. And now we're going on to the key race alert in the state of New Hampshire. Currently, former Vice President Biden is currently in the lead. However, we only have 4% reporting with 4 electoral votes at stake. Out of Maine's 2nd congressional district, 1 electoral vote is at stake, with the former Vice President behind with 10% reporting. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, currently President Trump is currently in the lead, 20 electoral votes at stake, with 16% reporting. Out of the crucial state of Florida, 29 electoral votes. We have a key race alert. This state has a lot of precincts reporting. The president currently has a small lead in the state of Florida with 48% precincts reporting. There's a lot of votes to be counted in the state. Going on to the state of North Carolina, 15 electoral votes again. President Donald Trump holds on to his lead with 54% reporting. Out of the state of Ohio, 18 electoral votes. The president still has a pretty big lead. Overall, we're seeing with the early votes that we're counting, very good night for the president thus far. However, things can definitely change, and they might change. Our current electoral map as of 8:05 p.m. currently looks like 91 electoral votes for the former Vice President to 92 for President Donald Trump. Biden is almost the national leader in electoral vote count. However, the president does have a lot of Trump lead states, while the Vice President only has 4 electoral votes under his lead column. Out of the state of Arkansas, we have poll closings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time with 6 electoral votes at stake. And out of the state of Arkansas, we can read projections. Former Vice President Biden loses the state, going to President Donald Trump. 6 electoral votes now in the current column. Now, a very key race alert out of Maine's 2nd congressional district. We can project the state of Maine's 2nd congressional district will go to President Donald Trump. And out of the state of Ohio, with a lot of precinct reporting, especially in urban areas, we have enough information to call the state of Ohio for President Donald Trump. 18 electoral votes now going to the President Trump column. And we have a key race alert out of the state of New Hampshire for electoral votes at stake. Former Vice President still in the lead, however, by a narrow margin. In the state of Pennsylvania, the president still has a lead with 20 electoral votes at stake, 46% reporting. Out of the state of Florida, we've gotten a lot of votes. President increases his lead now over 1% lead, with 67% reporting. Key race alert, 29 electoral votes at stake. And out of the state of North Carolina, 15 electoral votes now going to in the key race column. Whereas President still has a large lead. We should be able to make a call on the state pretty soon. The current electoral map as of 8:32 p.m. on the East Coast has Trump taking the Electoral College lead with 117 electoral votes of Trump-called states, while Biden has 91 in Biden-called states. The president has 64 electoral votes in Trump-lead states, while former Vice President Biden only has 4 electoral votes in Biden-lead states. Going on to the 9 p.m. poll closings, which total up to 156 electoral votes. This poll closing has a lot of very crucial swing states like New York, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Texas, Kansas, Louisiana. This might have a big impact on how soon we might be able to call this race. Our first projection of this hour, we can project the state of New York will go to former Vice President Biden, 29 electoral votes. Out of the state of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes we can project at this time will go to the former Vice President. In the state of New Hampshire, 4 electoral votes we can project will now go to the former Vice President with 87% of precinct reporting. Out of the state of Nebraska, we can project 5 electoral votes will now go to the President Donald Trump. And out of the state of North Dakota, 3 electoral votes we project at this time will go to the president. Again, very solid red state. South Dakota, we can project 3 electoral votes will go to the president. Wyoming, again, another 3 electoral votes in that big Republican area will now go to the president, Donald Trump. Out of the state of Kansas, we can project 6 electoral votes will go to the president. And out of the state of Texas, very big call here. The Democrats thought there was going to be a contested race. However, due to some of Joe Biden's recent comments about the oil industry, he has lost a lot of support there. We have enough information to call this at poll closing. 38 electoral votes are projected at this time going to the president. In the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes we project at this time will go to the president. And crucial call, out of the state of Florida, we can project President Donald Trump with 92% of precinct voting. We can project the president will be the winner in the state of Florida. Very crucial call for this presidential election. Similarly, in the state of North Carolina, again, very big call. These are not necessarily Biden win states for him to win the presidency. However, we're seeing the president have a very good night in these states being called so early on. 15 electoral votes now in the Trump column. Going on to the state of Minnesota, 10 electoral votes at stake. Currently, former Vice President Biden is still in the lead with by a pretty healthy margin with only 7% reporting. Out of the state of Michigan, take a look at this. We have a very close race. The president is narrowly ahead. Less than 1,000 votes ahead. 16 electoral votes now at stake. 9% reporting. Out of the state of Arizona, the president has a lead currently of almost 1.5%. 50% reporting. 11 electoral votes at stake. It's similar in the state of Colorado. We have a very close race, and closer than expected at this early times of the election. 9 electoral votes we project right now is in the key race column. Biden currently in the lead. Out of the state of Wisconsin, the president is behind 48.9% for Biden. 10 electoral votes at stake with only 11% reporting. Many things can change. And out of the state of Pennsylvania, the president with a very narrow lead at this hour. 20 electoral votes at stake with 87% reporting. We might be able to make a call of the state very soon. The current electoral map shows that Trump grows his electoral lead to over 98 electoral votes, with Trump at 227 to Biden's 129. And Donald Trump currently has 57 states where he is leading, while Biden only has 19. If all the state Trump is currently leading in go for him, he will become the next president of the United States and get reelected. It is currently 10 p.m. on the East Coast, and we currently have poll closings in 4 states, in the states of Nevada, Utah, Iowa, Montana, with 21 electoral votes at stake. We have breaking news at this hour. We can project President Donald J. Trump will be re-elected president of the United States. Trump defeats Biden in the presidential race. Very good night for Trump. A lot of the forecasts and polls showed him very behind. However, the president was able to overcome that, and he was able to lead in very crucial states. And we have a couple calls that would overpass the 270 electoral votes needed to become the next president of the United States. But first, some Democratic calls. Out of the state of Minnesota, we can project the former vice president. 10 electoral votes will not go to his column. In the state of Colorado, 9 electoral votes we can project going to his column. Here is what does it for the president. Out of the state of Utah, 6 electoral votes we can project now going to the president. Montana, 3 electoral votes now going to the president. Out of the state of Iowa, we can project that is going to the president. Very crucial call in the state of Pennsylvania. That is now going to President Donald Trump. 20 electoral votes added to that column. In the state of Wisconsin, 10 electoral votes added to the Trump column. That is enough to overpass the 270 electoral votes needed to become the next president of the United States. Out of the state of Nevada, we have a key race alert. The president is only behind by a couple points. 6 electoral votes at stake. In the state of Michigan, very close race. 65% reporting, 16 electoral votes at stake. Biden has now taken the lead. In the state of Arizona, 65% reporting again. 11 electoral votes at stake. President Donald Trump with a considerable lead. President Donald Trump has reached the 270 electoral votes needed, now having 272 electoral votes, while Biden only currently has 148. Biden has 22 electoral votes where he's leading, 11 electoral votes where Trump is leading. Trump is re-elected in what some say is his best case scenario. Going on to our 11 p.m. poll closings, where 82 electoral votes will now be up for stake. However, this will have no impact on the presidential election, as President Trump has reached the 270 electoral votes needed to become the next president of the United States. Now these states have five states have close: California, Washington, Idaho, Oregon, and Hawaii. Very big call here for former Vice President. California, 55 electoral votes. We can project that this time will go to the former Vice President. Again, Oregon, very blue state, 7 electoral votes will go to the former Vice President. Washington, 12 electoral votes will go to the former Vice President. Hawaii, we project 4 electoral votes will go to the former Vice President. Again, a lot of these blue calls from the western part of the country. In the state of Nevada, very big call for the former vice president here. 6 electoral votes we can project will go to his column. However, this had no impact on the presidential election. And out of the state of Michigan, very big call in a swing state. 16 electoral votes. The former vice president narrowly wins and flips this state, and we can project at this time he will be the winner. Out of the state of Idaho, we can project the state of Idaho will go to incumbent President Donald Trump. 4 electoral votes we can project now going to the president. In the state of Arizona, 11 electoral votes we can project will be staying with President Donald Trump. 95% reported. The current electoral map at this time has former Vice President Biden at 248 electoral votes, President Donald Trump at 287, over the 270 votes needed to win the presidency. All races have been called except the state of Alaska. With Biden carrying the West Coast, Trump wins the presidency. That did not have an impact on this election. Now it is 1 a.m. on the East Coast, and we currently have poll closings in the state of Alaska with total up for 3 electoral votes. Very easy call here. We can project the president will be the winner in the state of Alaska. 3 electoral votes adding to this column. The final electoral map for this election has the president at 290, the former vice president at 248. All states called. Donald Trump makes history winning the election, even though having one of the lowest polling numbers just leading up to this election. So we're gonna do a final analysis on the result. President Donald Trump has achieved what some come to say his best case scenario. Most polls were outside the margin of error in a lot of states where former Vice President Biden was expected to win. However, the president overperformed those polls and proved them wrong. The Biden campaign lost in this scenario due to the lack of rallies and excitement in the Rust Belt and Sun Belt. Former Vice President Biden went into hiding for these couple of days. Donald Trump heavily outperformed his expectations. And please keep in mind this is the best case scenario for President Donald Trump. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a huge thumbs up, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be up to date with our latest content. Hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.